Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk about the mechanical Acuity Set. Just first the introduction, then I will show you a few parses, and at the end we will analyze some combat metrics parses. Now, why this set? More and more people actually start using or experimenting with this set. Now, mostly magic and stamina night blades, because they also have pretty cheap ultimates in combination with Master Architect. So you kinda get like from Soul Harvest in cap 20% damage, and when Master Architect procs another 15%. Then when you swap to the front bar, because you're only front barring the setup, the crit will proc and you basically get 100% crit with all those damage multipliers for the next 5 seconds. That's why it works really well on setups with cheap ultimates. Now I was wondering, would it also work on other setups like Stem DK, Stem Sorks, or even other Magicka, Sork and all that kind of stuff? Now what does the set do? As you can see, my standard setup usually is Hunting's Rage with infused weapon damage on the offhand and the Nirnhound dagger on the main hand, Poison Enchant. Now I basically was testing 2 swords, mechanical Acuity, 2 daggers or 2 axes. You could also combine a dagger and the axe and all that kind of stuff if you really want to. As you can see, we basically have 2 crit bonus on Hunting's and a stem. Mechanical Acuity gives us a stem and a weapon damage. The 3-piece spell damage bonus is kinda useless, but whatever. 5-piece bonus Hunting's Rage, 300 weapon damage, and Mechanical Acuity gives us 100% crit rating for the next 5 seconds with 18 seconds cooldown. So you will get between 24 to 28% uptime, not more. Now again, the reason why this is actually pretty good, let me just quickly equip Hunting's Rage to show you something. There we go. Now when I run Hunting's Rage, as you can see my stats on the front bar, I have 61%. Let me use a pot. 61% or like 60% weapon crit. When I swap to the back bar, it drops to 52. So it's kinda-ish a lot lower. With Mechanical Acuity, this is not gonna be that big of a deal, because if the set procs on the front bar, you will also have 100% crit rating on the back bar, therefore not lose that much like crit. But anyway, this is just one of the things. Let me equip it again. Okay, the other set I was using was 2 Fanged Snake here, and 1 Kina and 1 Velidref, a 5-1-1 setup. And here you can see I'm at 43% with 2 axes. But overall, when during a 6 million parse, I will still have 70% overall crit. You will see that in a second. Now, let's go do some parses, and at the end we kinda want to compare all 3 or 4 setups. Now, a few other things before we get to the Parses. Just keep in mind, if you're a Kashyyyk, this set might be less beneficial to you because you already have more crit than me, for example, Redguard. Because a Kashyyyk has 8% extra weapon crit, whereas I as a Redguard or Imperial, I get 10% max stamina. So I already do have lower crit. So it might be less beneficial for a Kashyyyk. Same thing with like 5 medium, 1 light, 1 heavy. If you run 7 medium, you will have more crit already. So when I compare a Redguard to me, like I run a 5-1-1 setup to max out the stats, it's more damage anyway, like by a very small margin compared to Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk has like 10% more crit. Or 9-10%, and the Redguard just has like 2-3k more stamina, like more resources. So yeah, the mechanical Acuity will benefit me as a Redguard more than, for example, a Kashyyyk. So just something to keep in mind. And same thing in trials. It is definitely not that easy to use, and just a few things. Like you actually can time when you want to proc the set, because if you only run it on the front bar, no matter whether you're magic or stamina, you will only use it on the front bar, because as a magic set will have the Maelstrom weapon on the back bar. But on bosses that are damage immune for a while, and then there is a burst phase, this set can become very good, because the moment he drops out of the damage immune phase, you weapon swap, mechanical Acuity will proc, and you will have 100% damage. And if most of your people in the group have the same setup, you will dish out so much damage, completely insane. That's something else to consider. Now, when we look at those Parses, we compare those 4. First off, keep in mind this is PTS. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get abilities off because the server is run by potato hamsters. And I am from EU and the server is located in NA. So sometimes light attacks don't go through and all that kind of stuff. In the end, as you can see, Hunting's Rage, mechanical Acuity, axes, daggers, swords, it's more or less the same damage. So is it really better? It's difficult, okay? Like, it's hard to say. I do think if for bursting down certain things, definitely, but if you look in the long term on a fight, it's hard to say. It has to be tested more. I most likely will definitely use it on like a Magicka Nightblade and Stamina Nightblade. If I do, I will do a new build video, but I first want to do a few more tests. If there is any huge damage difference, I will do another video. What do you actually think of the set? Is it useful? Have you tested it for yourself or even as a group? Have you seen DPS increase or not? Please let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you want to learn more just Fury crafting in general, I do have a Discord server. I will make sure to put a link in the description. Please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.